Well, hello guys, my name is Nick from Nick's Toy Garage, and today we're doing a custom restoration on this Talbot Lago. This magnificently beautiful car was produced from 1988 till 2008, this being, I think, the first burgundy model that came out in 1988. Look at the style of this this model. Look at how elegant the car rolled into frame. Now, as you can see, the brown paint, even if it was all there, it's horrible. It doesn't do the car justice. I think this is supposed to be a burgundy color. The wheels aren't good, the paint is missing, the base is bent, but the window is still intact, and the wheels, I like the white walls, but they're just ruined. So, first order of business is drilling out the rivets like always. So let's take my handy dandy drill. We have one rivet in the front, one in the back. And after drilling these out, the base should just release. No, with this model it didn't. The base is a little bit bent like a banana. I know I like my bananas, but not with my Matchbox cars. So I had to use a little bit of force with my screwdriver to pry open the base and try not to damage the model even further. So here you can see me after 2 minutes of prying open the base. Just don't break it, Nick, please. Yeah, there you go, good boy. Now, next the interior just falls out. I just drop it. It's a nice chrome interior, and the glass just needs a good polish. So first order of business, this is probably going to be the last time you see me use this horrible way of paint stripping, because next video I should have my new thingy-majig hooked up to strip paint. Now, using my usual amount of paint stripper, this is what I end up with after 1 hour. So let's take my toothbrush and let's start removing the paint. Now this was quite a bad model to get the paint off, because it has lots of knocks of crannies where the paint just wouldn't come out. After a while I decided to use a second layer of paint stripper because, well, it just wasn't coming off. I think in total I used 3 layers of paint stripper just to get everything off. After that I used a piece of Scotch-Brite to remove the remainder of the paint, and my dental pick to get in all those little vents, nooks, cracks, everything, to get all the paint off to get the best result possible. Now for primer, I'm using a fine surface primer by Tamiya. Just shake up the cam and apply 3 coats in total, leaving between 15 to 25 minutes to dry between coats. Well, to be honest, the last coat did dry for over an hour because I got lazy and I just wanted to watch some TV, which I rarely do, keep in mind. Now, when the primer is applied, also, yes, I know you should paint the inside first. Now, why don't I paint the inside first? Well, there's a very good reason for it, I forgot. So, moving on to the color. Now for the color, I'm using a Tamiya blue. It's a shiny blue because I like shiny, and I really think it does this car justice. Just wait until you see the end result. At this point I'm putting on the first layer, and you can clearly see that it's going to be a pain to apply, just because of the front curves. Yes, nice word. So the first coat is going to be a tack coat, so the paint sticks to the primer, and I'm doing 3 coats in total, again 15 to 25 minutes to dry between coats, and finishing off for the last coat, you will see in a couple seconds, to do a full wet coat so you can get the most shiny thingy result possible. Now, again, Nick, you should paint the inside first. Well, the little boy always forgets. You cannot blame him, he's a little bit stupid. So, after the third coat, this is actually the second coat because I didn't record the third coat. But when the third coat is dried, I even have to top up. I never have to top up. But oh well, after this coat is dried, I move on to the next step. So please also don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Also, I just picked up a huge lot at auction, and I'm going to make some nice unboxing videos over the next 9 weeks. So, panic! Sorry, I was actually cutting off the old axles and wheels because I am replacing them with some modern looking ones. But when I cut off the first one, my new wheels literally went flying behind my workbench, so I cried for about 16 minutes straight. Now, let's take the base and get some color on it off camera. Time for the fine detail. So step 1 is make sure you have the model under the camera. I made a new mount for my camera, so I don't really know where the camera is at this point, but oh well. So applying some chromish paint to the center. Well, this is kind of a dividing line. I really want to believe that that is the rivet line, but I don't really think it is. I think this is just for show. I have to look into that. Not really known with Talbot. So when the front is done, I move on to the rear. Nice little chrome-ish line. If you can tell me, please tell me in the comment section down below if this is just a trim thingy or just is from actual use. Now this car has in real life suicide doors, so the door handles are going to be in the front, which I painted silver. Then we have some, I think they're supposed to be vents or maybe the indicators, not really sure. And last but not least, in the front there are also some well, handles, I guess. I also was debating on painting the grille on the bonnet or the hood, but I really thought it was going to mess up the look of this magnificently looking car. Now, 2 coats on this base later. I just used some wheel paint, some aluminium paint. It's time to refit the new wheels and axles. How I do that? I just cut up the axle, slide it through the model. It's a tight fit, but I'm sure it fits. I hope. Just push it through. Then I take my handy dandy screwdriver and push the axle through a little bit further. Put the wheel on the other side, and then I take my vice. No, it's not a vice grip. I forgot the name again from this thing, and I just use all my force, which isn't really a lot, but it's just enough to push in the axle. Do the same thing with the rear axle, so stick the axle through, get a wheel on the other side, then take my tweezers to, well, cut off the axis, and again use my magical thingy-magic to get the axle crimped. Now it's time for the reassembly. The gloves are off because I finally cleaned my hands, and I'm a mechanic, so it's really hard to keep my hands clean. It's time for the reassembly. So first let's put in the glass. I was actually debating on painting the chrome interior red, but I didn't really want to mess with this beautiful looking chromed interior. So interior back into place. Make sure the grille and the headlights are in the right position. Then also off camera before I painted it, I straightened out the base, which just snaps into place, and I use 1 screw to screw it back together. So let's take a look at it before the customization / restoration. All brown and, well, brown I guess. And let's take a look at it after the restoration right now. So please leave your opinion in the comment section down below. Also don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hope to see you in a future video. Bye.